Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is not yet Lunar New Year, but I'm going to be making a dessert that is typically made around Lunar New Year. It's called Chè Trôi Nước, which is basically a sticky rice ball or dumpling that's filled with a sweet mung bean paste, and it is in a ginger sauce. Best translation I got for you. But yeah, it's so funny how Vietnamese desserts kind of work out. For me, actually, as I was learning how to make them, I realized that a lot of the desserts kind of go together. For example, this particular dish, it uses pretty much the same ingredients. It has glutinous rice flour, it has mung bean, and it's sweet. And I did sesame balls a couple of videos back. Basically, instead of frying it, we're gonna boil it and then put it in a ginger sauce, or a ginger kind of, ginger sauce, I guess you can say. But it's the exact same thing, pretty much, just repurposed. And I love that about the Vietnamese culture and the Vietnamese food that we eat, because it goes to show how simple ingredients can make so many different types of foods. And that, to me, has been so much fun to do. I buy a couple bags of glutinous rice and a couple bags of mung bean, and yet I can make 5 or 6 different dishes with it, whether it be savory or sweet, whatever the case may be. It's just so much fun. So I hope you guys try this out. It is, let me tell you, a little sweet. And by little, I mean very sweet, because the ginger sauce is essentially slices of ginger, water, and palm sugar. And depending on how much palm sugar you put in, it's gonna be that much sweeter. It's kind of funny because my cousin and my husband, they like to actually drink the ginger sauce. You're not really supposed to do that. I mean, you can, but that's a lot of sugar. But anyway, so be cautious of this one. I know that I've said in previous videos that Vietnamese desserts are not sweet. This one is definitely sweet in its own way. But yeah, so let's get started, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna take a medium-sized slice of ginger, or piece of ginger, and I'm just gonna go ahead and slice it up into big pieces. You can julienne it if you want to. I like to cut it into big pieces so that I don't accidentally scoop it up. This is to infuse the sugar sauce, basically. And basically to that, I'm just gonna add in 2 cups of water and a handful of the palm sugar. The palm sugar is basically the sweetener aspect of it, so if you want it more sweet, add more. If you want less sweet, add less. I'm just getting a handful of them and I'm popping that in there. And then you just want to let that boil. Once it reaches a boil, I turn it down to a simmer, and I let that simmer for about 10 minutes, so that at least the ginger can be infused into it. So these mung beans have been soaked overnight, and then I put it into the rice cooker, and I cooked it until it was soft. Now I'm just taking a potato masher and I'm mashing it up. Once I've gotten that all nice and mashed up, I'm just going to go ahead and put that into a pan. Add in a little bit of coconut milk and some sugar. We're going to heat that up and let that kind of dry out a little bit on the heat. Okay, and so once that's nice and incorporated and kind of dried out a little bit, I'm just going to remove it from the heat so that it cools down. Once cooled, I'm just going to go ahead and oil my hands so nothing sticks. And I'm going to take small little scoops and roll them into bowls. This is going to be the filling for the sticky rice balls. Okay, and then the outside is just going to be glutinous rice flour with a little bit of rice flour and hot water. We're just going to go ahead and mix that up. And remember when we were doing the sesame balls and even with the sticky rice dumplings, the consistency of that is going to be like Play-Doh. So it's not wet, it's not too dry, but it's malleable, if that makes sense. And just like the sesame balls and the sticky rice dumplings, just going to go ahead and flatten that out in your hand in a cylindrical or a circle and put in the mung bean, close it up, and roll it up into a nice tight ball. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and drop those into some boiling water. Once it starts to float, you know it's good to go. Okay, I lost one of my clips, but once it starts to float, we're just gonna go ahead and put it into an ice bath and let that sit there for a good minute, and then I'm transferring it over from the ice bath to that ginger sauce that we made at the beginning. That's still simmering. Okay, and then we're just gonna let that sit in the sauce for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to top it off with that coconut milk sauce and the toasted sesame.
All right, so quick backstory on this one. Back in the day when I first started dating Lana, went over to her parents' house and her mom made me this dessert. I was like, man, this is so good. And I just drank the whole thing. And then next thing you know, her mom comes around the corner and goes, "She wasn't supposed to drink that whole thing. It's a lot of sugar." Turns out I had a pretty big headache that night. Sugar high, essentially. Anyways, just be careful. It's so good, but it's dangerous. Remind me the name.
It's a sticky rice dumpling and a ginger sauce. I don't know how to do this.
What do you mean no name? Just like Callie.
You mean just like my mom?
Excellent. Anyways, guys, try this out. It's really good. It's a nice reminder of when, you know, how it all first started for us. And hope you like it and hope you give it a try. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.